And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Well, it's never a quiet day in the Liverpool space, is it? Yesterday, of course, there was a huge bombshell with regards to Ruben Amarim apparently not coming to Liverpool anymore, and today we have got some more massive news that I want to share with you with regards to the managerial search. We're not only going to be going through the managerial search troops, we're also going to be going over our upcoming game in the Premier League, of course, against Everton tomorrow. Just there's so much going on in and around this football club at this moment in time. It's easy to forget that we are in the midst of a title race with 5 games left to go till the end of the season. Now, I just want to speak about the game tomorrow first. Of course, going up against Everton. Everton just off the back of a win at the weekend, which I do believe, whilst it's not mathematically, I do believe Everton are going to be safe and aren't going to be going down and aren't going to be getting relegated. They have created a bit of daylight between them and the bottom 3. However, I don't think that's going to make too much of a difference, as they want to try and put a spanner in the works of Liverpool's title ambitions by trying to get a win against us. And I say to before, Jurgen Klopp doesn't have the best record against Manchester United, against Everton over this last 8 years. And especially with Everton, you would think that it would be an easy game, just where Everton have been over the last sort of 8 years and where Liverpool have been over the last 8 years, but he just doesn't seem to have the best record against them. So here's hoping, of course, we can continue our winning ways. I was about to say winning run. What winning run? Our game that we won at the weekend, and try and, of course, get another one here against Everton and get another 3 points on the board. As stated, Everton have had a very interesting season, a lot better than the last 2 years. Of course, it's been well publicised that they've had 2 sets of points deductions taken off of them, and there would probably be a mid-table side so far this season if we're looking at the performances in general. However, of course, are hovering in that sort of bottom of the table, but due to, the points deductions and all that kind of stuff. But despite that, it does look as though they will be safe. But we've got to be our best. It's another derby game. And again, this is probably the most important derby game that I've probably covered on this channel in a very, very long time. So here's hoping the Reds do get all 3 points against Everton. Now, moving on to the sort of future. Yes, it's easy to forget as well that Jurgen Klopp has 5 games left as Liverpool manager. 5 games left as Liverpool manager. Sort of makes me a little bit emotional, not going to lie, but 5 games left. And obviously, we're in the hunt for a brand new manager. That's clear to see at this moment in time. Now, of course, for a long, long time since Jurgen Klopp was announced that there was going to be taking over, that Jurgen Klopp was going to be stepping down, there was 2 favourites that have emerged. Obviously, Xabi Alonso in that sort of first initial 2-month period. However, he announced that he was staying at Bayer Leverkusen. But immediately following that, it did seem Ruben Amarim. And that has always been the supporters' choice. Xabi Alonso was the supporters' choice, and Ruben Amarim was the sort of supporters' choice. However, it does seem as though after yesterday's bombshell that Ruben Amarim will not be going to Liverpool, as he's not choosing another club, but the fact that he's not really on Liverpool's shortlist as a potential candidate to take over. And David Ornstein stated that he's now unlikely to be the next Liverpool manager, which really sent the fan base into a bit of disarray and a bit of a meltdown. In all honesty, if you're looking at socials and looking at social media, fans are not sure. Fans are not optimistic about the future at this moment in time. And of course, last night, Ruben Amarim boarded a private jet to go to London, paid for by West Ham United, to go out there and speak to the club. And Fabrizio Romano provided a bit of an update with regards to it and stated that Ruben Amarim returned to Liverpool after meeting with West Ham board in London on Monday. West Ham presented their contract and will insist for Amarim. Nothing done yet, while discussions with Liverpool are on standby. Amarim will discuss his future steps with his agent. So, as stated, now, whilst a lot of reports are stating this is dead in the water, I don't believe it is at this moment in time. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano stating that the standby and talks that Liverpool necessarily still do have him on his shortlist. However, at this moment in time, talks are on standby and aren't happening. But it's also good for Ruben to be exploring his options. It does definitely look like he's going to be leaving Sporting Club de Portugal at the end of the season. There's no doubt about that at this moment in time. But, of course, he's going to be exploring his options. But I do believe if Liverpool go in for the manager, he will be a Liverpool manager. So if Liverpool want him, he will be the next Liverpool manager. It just depends on if Liverpool do want him as the manager. You know, Michael Edwards is a very, very interesting bloke. Very interesting man that... You know, I think some people will say that he's deluded by his own ego and all these kind of things, and obviously does think he's a fairly smart guy, but he is. He's got a track record of it. Of course, appointed Jurgen Klopp, brought Jurgen Klopp in, and look at the success we've had over the last sort of 8 years, brought in some different players, and kind of always gone against the curve of what the fans maybe have wanted. Maybe Jurgen Klopp was more of a unanimous decision between the fan base and Michael Edwards, but certainly players that he's picked out over the years have always kind of gone against the curve a little bit, and when fans were like, ugh, but they turned out to be really, really good players. So whilst he's got a bit of credit in the bank with the supporters, it's going to be really interesting to see which way he goes. As stated, we did report to you that, of course, he's going to be brave. He's going to be brave rather than popular with his decision, and all of his decisions are going to be led by data. Data is going to be the main factor on how we're going to find this next managerial appointment. Now, following, of course, this now that Ruben Amarim won't apparently be the next Liverpool manager, I'm just clarifying, guys, that's not dead in the water. That could still happen. Arne Slot has obviously emerged as the top potential candidate at this moment in time, the guy who manages at Feyenoord Rotterdam, and did win the KNVB Cup literally 2 days ago. Obviously, PSV Eindhoven going on to win the Eredivisie, almost there in terms of securing the title. But again, a manager that is was in demand. Of course, Tottenham put an offer in for him last year, and is well regarded within the sort of space. But this managerial appointment doesn't really fill the confidence with Liverpool fans at this moment in time. People are also talking about Jose Mourinho potentially being a Liverpool manager. I just got to say, that's never going to happen. Genuinely, if that happens, I will, I don't know, maybe donate something to charity, a lot to charity, because I'll donate my YouTube earnings for the month to charity. There you go, you can clip it up. That will not happen. That will not happen. Not at all. I could never ever see Jose Mourinho taking over. Genuinely. It would be the biggest shock and the biggest curveball I'd ever seen, and something that doesn't go in Michael Edwards' favour in terms of what his appointment would be. Now, last night, of course, I tuned into a bit of the Serie A action. Of course, the Milan derby, Inter versus AC Milan. Now, this got me thinking, where is Inzaghi? Where is Inzaghi? Why does he not get linked to any of the jobs? Whilst there is Barcelona, Bayern Munich, obviously Liverpool looking for a new manager, Manchester United potentially looking for a new manager. Why the hell is Inzaghi not being linked? Let me tell you his managerial CV, if you like. Obviously started at Lazio, won the Coppa Italia, won a trophy with Lazio, also won the Super Coppa Italia. He's 48 years old as well, by the way. Obviously joined Inter Milan, won the Coppa Italia. When they were in shit state, obviously people will remember when they won the league with Romelu Lukaku, Eriksen, Ashley Young was there at the time, I think 2021 COVID year. But after that, they were in shit state after that. Following that, AC Milan went on to win the league, and they were in shit state. So he grew them up from the ground a little bit, and of course won a Coppa Italia. I think he won 3 Super Coppa Italias with them as well, and then just won the 20th league title last night to get the club's second star. Obviously last year got to the Champions League final as well. And some people will go, well, Dan, he's pragmatic. He's a defensive-minded coach. Again, like the Ruben Amarim situation, he's not. That's false. It's not true. It's completely not true. And sometimes when you don't watch Italian football, you don't watch these. People put an instant diagnosis on a certain manager. And I'm just interested to see what you guys think of Inzaghi and why he's not being linked to any of the big high-profile jobs at this moment in time, because he's done a fantastic job at Inter Milan. But Liverpool fans, do let me know your thoughts on everything. Who is your number one candidate at this moment in time? Who do you think will be in the Liverpool dugout at the start of the season? As stated, let me know down there in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.